Your time can't heal, but you isn't here. And another picture like you. I'll be for you. I'm just thinking of you. It's crazy how you make me feel.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I'm starting off my makeup look today using some primer. This one is a new one from Too Faced, and I'm just using this to sort of moisturize my skin further and sort of liven it up a little bit because my skin was looking a little bit dull today. Next, I'm using some foundation. This one is one of my favorites, the Makeup Forever HD, and I'm just applying that with a paint style brush to get a sort of even layer of foundation onto my skin. And I'm going to be blending that out with my favorite beauty blender sponge. Here I'm using some eye primer, and I just think it's really important to use eye primer if you're going to be doing wing liner and you have hooded eyes like I do, just because eyeliner has a tendency to sort of smear onto my hood, I guess, so primer is really important. And here I'm doing some concealer. I just bought the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and I'm currently sort of comparing it to my favorite Ready Set Gorgeous concealer from CoverGirl. And so far I think I rather my CoverGirl one just because I feel like the color suits me better. And the range of Fit Me concealers is maybe a little too dark for me, but it's still a nice concealer nevertheless. And I just blended that out with my beauty blender. Here I'm using this eyeshadow from Urban Decay to set my concealer. I've been really liking to set my concealer with this eyeshadow just because it's matte, but it has a sort of reflectiveness to it that makes it look not so flat, I guess. So I just use that to set my under eye concealer just so it doesn't crease. And here I'm using the same Maybelline Fit Me Concealer to highlight and conceal my face further. So I did that on my nose, my chin, my forehead, and also my Cupid's bow. So here I'm just setting the rest of my concealer with the same eyeshadow from Urban Decay, but you can just use a regular setting powder if you rather. So now I'm going to start doing my gel liner. I'm using this one from Maybelline. Quick tip, if your eyeliner is dry, just use some MAC Fix Plus. It really helps to sort of revive my eyeliner. And anyway, so I started off doing my wing liner, and the biggest thing I did today that really sort of changed my look, I feel, is that I applied my eyeliner looking straight forward into the mirror, and it really makes a difference if you have hooded eyelids to sort of apply your eyeliner without sort of moving your eyes or your eyebrows. Just look straight forward into the mirror and apply it that way, and it's going to look more flattering when your eyes are sort of open. So you can see when I'm applying it, the wing liner may have a weird shape if my eyes are closed, but it's going to look good when I'm looking straight forward. Alright, so here I'm using some black pencil, just any black pencil you have, and I'm going to be tightlining my, my tight line, and I'm also going to be applying that to my lower waterline. So here I'm grabbing another color from my Naked 3 palette. This one is called Dark Side, and this is a dark gray eyeshadow with a slightly purple undertone. I really like it because I feel like it brings out the sort of yellow in my eyes, and I'm just using that to smudge the black eyeliner on my lower lash line. And I was using a flat top style brush, and here I'm using a smudge brush just to make sure that it looks as smudged as I want to. Here I'm going to be using a more fluffy brush just to make sure that it's not looking choppy or anything, because the color is pretty dark against my skin tone, so I just want to make sure that it's really blended out. So here I'm going back in with my gel liner from Maybelline, and I'm going to be creating like a little triangle in my inner corner. I really feel like this like sort of completed the look and really added like a kind of like a special touch. And I just did that like very slightly, because if you bring it out too far it can look a little bit weird. So I tried to keep it really small, and I really liked the way it came out. And here I'm using another eyeshadow from that same palette. This is Limit. It's like a sort of mauvey matte shade, and I'm just applying that into my crease to get some extra definition there and sort of recede the hood of my eye. I also used a bit of Nude, which is a bit of a darker color in my crease off camera, just to make it a little bit deeper. So here I'm using some mascara, and this one is from L'Oreal, and I'm just applying that to my top lashes. Not so important, the liner is more sort of the center of the look. And here I'm applying some bottom lash mascara. I really like the way this looks if you apply, you know, a good amount, because I feel like it defines and adds a little bit more definition. So here I'm using some bronzer to warm up my skin because I'm so pale, and this one is extremely similar to my favorite bronzer from Essence, but this one is maybe a little bit cooler and a little bit darker, so I'm just using that to warm up the perimeters of my face. And I contoured just a little bit, not too much, because this is a warm shade, so I didn't want to, you know, contour too much, but if you do it a little bit, it's not so bad. Now I'm using two blushes from Geek, and I'm starting off with that lighter shade just to sort of, it's not really necessary, I just like to do this. I went over the sort of the edges of my bronzer to make sure it's not looking choppy, and this added a little bit of extra warmth. Here I'm using that darker sort of orangey shade, and I'm applying it with a fan brush just because it's a very dark shade, and the fan brush is going to give me a light application. Here I'm using this eyeshadow from MAC. I've been loving using this recently to highlight my face. It's a sort of shimmery pink highlight shade, and it's not glittery at all. It just looks really pretty and reflective. And I apply that to the tops of my cheekbones, my cupid's bow, my forehead, and my chin, basically all over the place, just to sort of make my skin look a little bit more alive. And here I'm just doing my eyebrows. I did them off camera because I've shown that previously. And I finished everything off with this lip liner from Too Faced. Absolutely love this lip liner. I bought it for my sister for her birthday, and then I bought one for myself because I was using it too much. But it looks really good, and it's really easy to sort of overline your lips with it without it looking unnatural. So that's what I did. I overlined my lips just slightly. On my top lip, I like to overline the sides, like not the cupid's bow, but the sides. I find that sort of balances my lips out. So that's what I did, and I filled that in with the same pencil, and that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Tell me what you think below, and I will see you next week in my next video. Bye, guys.
One before she broke a little heart upon the floor. When I try to love, they disappear. Only time can heal, but you isn't here. And